Hello friends, we are Knowledge Bytes and today we are going to present to you Microsoft Azure Fundamentals course. This course is also known as AZ-900. So this course is designed to give you core basics ideas of cloud, also helps you to boost your confidence and knowledge, theoretical and practical knowledge around AZ-900 so that you can confidently go ahead and pass your certification and as well as start your cloud journey. In this course, we will first learn about core cloud concepts, followed by Azure architecture and Azure services, and in the last, we are going to talk about Azure management and governance related topics. So, before we move ahead a bit further in the course, I want to introduce our team, or us, to be honest, to you, to showcase you who are we, who is your instructor, and why should you learn from him. So your instructor has more than 9 years of cloud experience, working hands-on cloud experience, and has worked across various industries and various segments like healthcare, manufacturing, business, and other things. And he has helped design solutions in multiple different customers and also passed multiple industry standard certificates like AWS, Azure. Some of this is outlined and shown directly from his Credlia digital badge, shown directly on your screen. So hopefully this gives you good confidence and good things about the instructors so that you feel good about this course. Moving ahead. In the first module or the core cloud concept, we'll learn these below topics. First, what is cloud? So basically we'll start with knowing what exactly is cloud. Then we will talk about what are the types of cloud. Then we will do a comparison between public and private cloud, followed by cloud service models. Then we will talk about the shared responsibility in cloud. Lastly, we'll talk about cloud consumption and advantages of public cloud. So now, before we talk about what exactly is cloud, so let us take a look about the traditional or the on-premise data center approach. This will help you to understand betterly about cloud. So if you have an experience working with on-premise, that is fine. But if you do not have experience, then I'm just wanted to let you know, as you can see in this diagram, in a traditional on-premise environment, you will have your own racks. Basically, you will have your own dedicated space where you will host. Space means dedicated location or geographical location where you will have basically a building. Within this building, you will have multiple different racks. As you can see in the diagram, like rack 1, 2, 3, 4. There would be some networking to connect these racks. There would be some cooling system, there would be some generators, there would be diesel generators that would be utilized when there is a power production. There would be utility grid, there would be multiple different electrical switches and UPS appliances as well. There would be some networking that would be networking I am talking about coaxial cables or fiber cables that would be connected between the servers. On top of these servers, network, storages, you will build something called hypervisor to virtualize these servers. You may or may not choose to do that, but if you choose to do that, then you will have on top of hypervisor, you will build something called VMs or virtual machines, which you will later consume for various different applications that your company or your organization needs. For example, maybe you are, let's say you want to build a social network like Facebook. So you need to host somewhere all your data, all your user profiles, user data, user photos, videos, and all sort of things will be stored somewhere. So for all those activities, you need to build an application. You need to have some storage where you can space that. You need a global connectivity and network to have the networks and all those things. So these all the things traditionally you have to do in on-premise where you are responsible for everything: data, power supply, the servers, the electrical units, the diesel grid, utility grid, everything is to be managed by us, yourself. So this is quite a lot, as you can see in the diagram, and even while I'm talking and while from my previous experiences, I can realize this is literally quite a lot to manage, and this literally takes down productivity of a company, because if you want to build a new data center, you cannot do it in just an instant, right? It will take a lot of planning, fiscal planning. There would be technical planning. There would be a management level planning and all sort of things. So to want to move ahead of this in this fast-paced world, there is something called cloud has been introduced. So first question, what exactly is cloud? So if I give you a bookish definition, cloud computing is the delivery of different services through the internet. These resources include tools and applications like data storage, server, database, networking, and software. Now, another bookish definition that is given by AWS or Amazon Web Service, which is one of the leader of cloud computing like Microsoft Azure. They say cloud computing is an on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Instead of buying and owning and maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage, databases as needed basis from a cloud provider. This are both the bookish definition, but if I want to give you a real life example, you think cloud as an electricity service. Like whenever we need electricity, like we just purchase it from an electricity provider from your local area, right? Once you purchase the electricity service, they will install the meter boxes and everything for your electrical needed, and you will be basically charged for whatever, like how much electricity of consumption. For example, if you have like there is no limit like what you can do with electricity. If you want to turn on 4 light bulbs, you can turn on that. If you want to turn on all the fans in your home, you can do that. If you want to choose not to do that, then you can simply turn off and that. And again, if you let's say you are thinking to buy a new television or a freezer or an air conditioning, you can buy that and install it, and again the electricity demand will scale according to your need. So basically think of it, cloud computing as similar like electricity, which will be available to you as and when you need it, and would be charged to you like as much as you consume, and there is no commitment or nothing like that. You need to do like such amount of billing or something, nothing like that. Same to electricity. There would not be any minimum charges or a maximum charges. It would be available for your need and your need basis solely. So moving ahead, what are the types of clouds? Commonly, there are 4 types of cloud, namely public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. These are the 4 cloud deployment models that is available. So types of clouds and cloud deployment models are synonymous. So in case you see in the AZ-900 questions, what are the cloud deployment models, then think about public, private, and hybrid and community cloud. Let's take a look at each of the cloud. So what is public cloud? Public cloud is basically a managed service where a provider is responsible to maintain all the data center and everything, and you will consume the services. Like you need a virtual machine, you will just say to your provider, hey, I need a virtual machine, and you will provision it. Things to remember, public cloud provider aims to service multiple customers at a scale, or multiple people at one time. So all the customers in cloud are called tenants. So public clouds are always aiming and designed for multi-tenancy. There would be tenant level separation, same as like your electricity line is not being used by your neighbor, but this is a shared resource overall, which is not managed by you but rather managed by our public cloud provider. If you took a look at the diagram, you will see there are different enterprise or organizations named as P and Q, which is buying a cloud services from a service provider. There is also an individual user called user R. He is also utilizing the cloud service for his need. Moving ahead, next is private cloud. What if you are a very big organization, or you are a guy who want to host the data center and everything at their own premises and utilize as their own cloud infrastructure for various different departments. Say that you have multiple departments like HR, financial, there would be like IT department, so marketing department, and so on, and you want to have a data center hosted within your premises or within a land that is owned by you and maintain it everything for yourself, and you only want to utilize these cloud services within your employees or within your enterprise or company. So this is private cloud. Private clouds are generally distributed systems that work on private infrastructure and provided users with dynamic provisioning and compute resources. Things to notice, private clouds are generally hosted within the location owned by the company or the enterprise. rather than the rented or the shared service. So this is a dedicated service, unlike public cloud. To give you an example where cloud is private cloud is directly hosted with the enterprise location. So here is enterprise P or a company called P. They are hosting a cloud within their premises. That is why it's called on-premise private cloud. And this service is available to only this enterprise P. Maybe this company of P, enterprise P, in another place does not have that in another situation have a land or have a space separately outside of their actual company building, but there is connectivity to the particular enterprise P. So this is another type of on-premise hosting where traditionally offices are directly in the main cities or the suburbs, and where the cloud and data centers are in the suburbs. There are network cables and others connecting to the office and the data center so that they can be dedicatedly using that. So this is private cloud. Moving ahead, hybrid cloud. What if, let's say, you want to utilize both public and private? To tackle this situation, there is something called hybrid cloud has came forward. Let's say you have some sensitive data or some sensitive items which you don't want to be hosted in shared resources. So you can host it in private cloud, right? And you want some things like that you can be publicly available, that you can easily host in public cloud, right? So what you can do, you can host the secret or sensitive information in your private cloud, and you can put the public facing informations like marketing and campaigns and advertising that your company might be doing, or maybe the fiscal transaction values that company wants to keep private, that can be put in private cloud, where the ad, marketing campaigns and other things can be put in public cloud. To give another example, let's say Amazon is going to do a New Year sale recently. So all the sale details, when would be the sale happening, from when to when, how the Prime users would be get additional benefit from the sales, are public information. This information and these things, data you may host in public cloud, where what would be the price for each item in sales is a sensitive information that you might be hosting on Amazon might be hosting in private cloud. So this is another example like for hybrid cloud. Moving ahead, community cloud. Community cloud is something like the same thing, same concept like public cloud, but it's a different thing. Let's say there are 4 organizations or 5 organizations decided to do tree plantation session, or in CSR or corporate social activity, or basically any activity that they are working towards a common goal, and they don't want to host the data in any of other companies' premises. So what they can do purchase a cloud service from a community provider, or build their own cloud service in an premises, like similar to private cloud, but this time this data and cloud service would be available to all these community users. So this is kind of a community cloud. To give an example, let's say here is a cloud service provider from which 3 community teams, let enterprise P, Q and R, are purchased for Drive, and this portion of this cloud is dedicated to these community users. Things to remember: in public cloud there would be tenant level separation. That means enterprise P user data would not be visible to enterprise Q and R, and vice versa. But in community cloud, all the data of these three organizations working that they are towards the common goals would be visible to against each other. That means an user from enterprise Q can see like how many trees has been planted by an user from enterprise Q, and vice versa. So this goes about the various type of clouds. Hope you like it. If you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe. Also let us know in your feedback section what you would like to learn more, and if you have any doubts, please put this in the comment section, and we will try to answer you as soon as possible. Thank you.